Hello, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Project C1. Today I'm doing something that's quite a hot topic on the C1 forum, reversing sensors. This is something that I have actually done before, so it should be a relatively simple task, but yeah, let's get on with it. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do then is to undo the two connectors that hold the carpet to the white trim at the top. So that's this screw, and that's this little plastic pop stud here. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is to remove this little plastic Christmas tree fixing here and undo this screw. Okay, now we should just be able to pull that trim away from the bottom. That works. And there's one more plastic fixing at the top. Don't forget that. And if it comes, it's just that one right there. That's the carpet out. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is to remove the rear light cluster. Okay, so now we've got the carpet out and we've got the rear light cluster out. Now we need to remove the plastic trim that's hiding the connector, and then we can get into that. We can mount the actual unit itself, and that should be that then. Let's go on with it. That should give us decent enough access. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we've got the multimeter out. I've put the gear into reverse and the ignition is on, but the engine is not started, obviously because the car's not moving. That has put the car into a position whereby the only wire that should have 12 volts supplied to it is the reverse light wire. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the old multimeter out. I've already clipped the negative onto an earth, a good earth that I know on this car. I'm just going to probe until we find the 12 volt line. Okay, so I can see 12 volts. There you can see 12 volts coming from the red wire, second on the left, the one next to the black. Now what I'm going to do, just to confirm that that's not any kind of permanent supply or anything like that, I'm going to knock the ignition off so that the reverse lights would turn off, if of course the lights were connected, and then test again just to make certain that that's not a permanent supply. Okay, so 0 volts there. That's the one that we need to break into to fit the power supply for the reversing sensors. Right, so we've got that all soldered together there. You can see that that's a nice watertight connection. It's all soldered, it's a permanent fix. So we'll put a termination on the earth end and we'll pop that on one of the earth bolts in there. Probably this seat, I think. And then that should be plugged into this unit. I think I'll mount the unit just there at the top of the suspension turret, I think. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to install all the cables and then we're going to pop this just there. I'll show you that in better detail in a second. The buzzer is going over here behind this plastic trim because from past experience, I have done one of these on a C1 before, they get loud. So what we're going to do is we're going to plug in all the sensors and then we're going to plug in all the other little bits and pieces like the power, for example. If we get it up the right way, of course. And what they call the display. Now what that is, that's the actual beeper unit itself. It's just a little 4 cable thing, pops in there. So we'll carry on getting those installed and then we'll stick the unit in where it needs to be. Now on this I've just used some double-sided sticky tape. I can't seem to get the paper off on that one because I'm a nail biter. But essentially what we're going to do is we're going to take that tape off and I've cleaned the area with some brake cleaner. It's just going to stick right there. Okay? And that's just so it's out of the way. All the cable will get hidden behind the carpet that goes here, all that sort of good stuff. So it will look like a nice neat installation. Right then, so what we've done is we've marked up where we want the holes. One there, one there, one there, and one over there. I've had a check on the back, there's plenty of space to run the cables through. So I'm going to get the hole saw out and drill those holes and fit the sensors. Okay, so we had a slight change of plan, really. It turned out that the power cable wasn't long enough to supply it where I put it. So what I've done is I've removed it from down here where it was. It's now up here behind the trim. Essentially up here, it's still hidden by all the carpet and things like that, so it'll be fine. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pop the light back on, just loosely for now because I've got other things to do. I need to seal it and things like that. I'll pop it in reverse and we'll show you the actual system working. Oh yeah. So as you can hear now, the detectors are picking me up, sat right next to the car. The light's on, you can hear the beeping, it's all good. So they're installed, they're working quite well, I'm happy with that. Like I said earlier, this is a topic that's quite a popular one in the forum. Has anybody installed reversing sensors, reversing cameras, that sort of thing? I'm probably not going to bother with the camera because the car's so small, sensors will do just fine. I've only got sensors on my Volvo and that's twice the size of this car, so I'm happy with that. But yeah, I hope you people that have been looking for that information over the years have found this video useful. If you did, you know the rules. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I do try to respond to all comments. And I'll have Instagram down here somewhere. Over here or here, somewhere. There will be a link to the rest of the series. And I will see you in the next one.